Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, children. Welcome to the online teaching academy Ekalaiva. In the previous class, I just gave the introduction of this chapter, Poverty as a Challenge, along with two typical cases of poverty. Today, we are going to know about the poverty which is seen by the social scientist. What do you mean by social scientist? Who are these social scientists? What are they trying to say about the society which is based on poverty? Shall we move on to the lesson, children? Yes. Now, who are these social scientists? Social scientists are none other than the people who study about the society, right? And individual relationships and individual relationships. Right, children? As I have already told you, poverty has many facets, isn't it? I told you it is said to be multidimensional, isn't it? So, poverty has many facets, and social scientists see that as a indicator, right? So, they see it through a various indicator, children. Some of the indicators which they mention over here is first one, level of income and consumption, right? Secondly, when I gave you the introduction of the lesson poverty as a challenge in my previous video, and I gave you the example of two typical cases of poverty. In that lesson, we got to know about some drawbacks of these examples, children, isn't it? We got to know how Ram Saran and Laka Singh were suffering, how they were not able to take their parent to the medication, where they were not able to send their children to the school, and they could not see to it that they are having full meals and they are having a well nourished food as such. The same thing, even these social scientists are trying to say, children. Okay, that is lack of shelter, right? We do have lack of general resistance due to malnourished food, right? Then we have illiteracy, we have less job opportunities, right, children? So, and they don't have permanent shelter or a good sanitation, etc. So, all these indicators is just taking us to the poverty level. Then, thirdly, analysis of poverty based on social exclusion, then vulnerability, which is now becoming very common, children, which is now becoming very common. Now, what do you mean by social exclusion and vulnerability? Social exclusion, the name itself is suggesting us that some of the people are excluded from the normal society, right? Who are these people? Why are they being excluded from the normal people? As such, we'll be studying it now, children. Firstly, we can see to it that poor have to live in poor surroundings, in poor surroundings with poor people. With poor people. Now, you just think one thing, children. That is, if the poor people are just having a good rapport with the rich people, they will have or they will gain certain knowledge from the people, how to work on, how to get well equipped. They can gain certain skill as such. But what happened, these people are not given a chance to just mingle with the educated people or skilled people or anyone who is rich also. So they are made to stay aloof, and they get to stay in that surrounding where you can see only the poor people. By this, you can come to a conclusion that these people are evaded from social equality. Isn't it sad, children? Yes. Now, secondly, this itself becomes a cause and consequences. So, we can see to it, because of this social exclusion, we can see to it that it becomes a cause and consequences of poverty. Thirdly, now which thing or which people are made to just to be excluded from the society? The best example is caste system. Now in history we can see that Varna system was existing, children, where you had certain type of people just living aloof from the normal society, and these people were not made to just mingle with the rich people as such, and they were not made to enter into the temple, and they were facing lots of problems in their daily life. Now, the same system is existing to an extent in our country presently, children. Right? Let us move on to the vulnerability. When a section is more prone to specific problem, it is known as vulnerability. So I have already told you the specific problem, what it is, where certain type of people are made to just stay back aloof from the normal society, right? Not only those people, children, we can see certain physically handicapped, some of the widower, where they face a lot of problem in the normal society, right? Secondly, probability of certain community, probability of certain community or individual is more towards remaining poor, children. So what happened? They don't go for the next level because they can't reach there because of this social exclusion. So normally they are becoming poorer and poorer, and we can see to it that the rich people are becoming rich as such. There is no way to just see or have a loophole to get into that life. Finally, we can see to it, it creates a probability of being mostly adversely affected during the natural disaster, children. What is that natural disaster? It might be a flood, it might be earthquake, where the people face lots of crisis rather than the normal people who are just having a good life in the earlier times. I think I've made you clear, children. We got to know that the social scientists are the people who study about the society and where they have a good individual relationships. Then they gave certain indicators where the income and the consumption plays a vital role. Because of the lack of shelter and other things where they don't have literacy, they are not having a good job, where you can see these people facing without shelter, and obviously what happens, they live in a space where you can see lots of water scarcity and no sanitation. Finally, they are analyzing two things, that is social exclusion and vulnerability, where the people face lots of problem. In that social exclusion, we can see certain people are made to stay aloof, and they are not made to just merge into the normal society as such. With that, we come to a conclusion stating that certain measures or certain alternative things are given, where they can have an education, where they can go for a good job, where these people were just been rejected all these basic benefits during the social exclusion, children. I think I have made you clear stating what is the actual social exclusion is. Now we can just have a quick recap by just seeing the PowerPoint presentation, children. Shall we move on to it? Yes. Of course, this is our school logo, Ekalaiva. Poverty as a challenge, which the topic we are carrying on now. Poverty as seen by the social sciences, where it has too much of facets. We can see level of income and consumption, and of course all the negative things whichever the social scientist has denoted over there. We got to know how it is analyzed between the social exclusion and vulnerability, children. See, you can see these people same, and you have a separate person who is just made or who is waiting for an opportunity to be giving a hand to them, where they want a stretching hand to just have a good coping with the society. And of course, I've just posted this woman here because she's just made to be rejected everywhere in the society, children. Of course, when I told you that some people are not made to join in the society or merge in the society, we do have some of the people where they are said to be physically handicapped. I told you about the widow people, where they are not given certain respect or the dignity which they actually deserve, and certain communities which are not getting independence even to this day. These are the expected questions, children, with this topic, that is, how is poverty viewed by social scientists? What is social exclusion mean? How is vulnerability to poverty measured? Yes, of course. Till now, this is not over, children. We have to just go on with the chapter. Okay, thank you. To receive our online lessons, please press the subscribe button. You will receive the latest updates, children. Thank you. Have a nice day. Take care and be safe, children.